Okay. What's up, everyone? Mike here. Time for another Classic Kage. Today we're playing a Crysis Remaster. This is what was requested last week. I'm once again joined by Tigger because he just insisted on getting in my lap. And if you own a cat, you know that sometimes there's no saying no. Hey, Billy. Hey, Galaxy. Hey, Matthew. What's going on, guys? So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Now, we are going to be playing, let's see, with the ray tracing mode enabled. Cute cat. Thanks, Billy. He is, I realized that my last stream that I talked about him, I said he was more cat than dog. That's a big duh. He's actually more dog than cat. I don't know where his toy is, but he's got this rattling mouse toy that if I throw it, he plays fetch. And he knows his name. Both of my cats actually know their name very well. You know, they know too much. They know the FOOD, they know TREAT. Like, you know, it's to the point where I have to spell it out. Billy says it's amazing that the Xbox One X can do ray tracing. Yeah, it's interesting. I thought with the original announcement that I thought that they were going to do ray tracing on everything, even the Switch. But turns out it's only the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro that does it. Fun fact, there are actually 2 other games on the Xbox that do ray tracing. They're more indie games. Let's see. I'm just okay. I'm just looking at my stream quality. Hey, Galaxy. I don't know if you heard me saying hi earlier. Thanks for hanging out, man. But yeah, there's a tank game. I don't remember what it's called, and I think they have a flying. They're not really great games, and I think ray tracing is limited to reflecting the tank. But anyways, getting off topic. The ray tracing in this is actually pretty impressive. Yeah, I noticed that, Galaxy. That's real cool, man. Okay, we're gonna do normal. I don't know how many of you guys have played. Take her, buddy. I don't know how many of you have played Crysis. This remastered seems like it's based off of the PS3 and 360 version, really, instead of the PC. Billy says, of course, Crysis Remastered is hardware agnostic. Yeah, you know, it's Crytek doesn't get the credit for being a tech powerhouse like they once did. Probably because they don't have the software output. Hold on, I'll hold my thought.
Angels 25 bearing east. Getting some radar interference. Looks like an electrical storm brewing.
That's a negative, Sky Chief. Nothing on our side. Skies are clear. Over.
Roger, Command. Must be a malfunction. ETA to drop zone 3 minutes.
Hey, Nomad, you still with us?
Okay, listen up, gentlemen. Intel reports a
why
significant
isn't
military
there any-
presence on the island. We have the element of surprise, so
Why is
let's
the
use
audio
it.
delayed?
The North Koreans can't know we're here.
They won't even know what hit them.
Can it, Psycho? Pay attention. This is a covert operation. Our job is to locate and evacuate. We're not at war here.
Not yet. What?
Prophet, do we even know if these people are still alive?
That's what we're here to find out. We lost contact with Dr. Rosenthal a week ago when the Korean military locked down the island. 2 days ago, we picked up a distress signal from the team's research vessel. Someone down there wants to be found.
Raptor team, we're beginning approach. Stand by for green.
All right, gear up. Masks on. Once we clear the plane, form up on me. Shoots on my mark.
Green in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go, go, go!
See you guys at the LZ.
That whole thing was really weird. I don't know why. Hopefully the audio's not delayed. Come on, Tigger. Come on, buddy.
Jason's got us
Come on.
chasing archaeologists
Please.
now.
Go.
And this will be a cakewalk.
Go. Get off me now.
You must have found something big to buy all of this heat.
Whatever. $50 says this Rosenthal ain't the real reason we're here. Lock it up, team. Stay focused. We got limited intel going in. Outcomes being moved to the USS Constitution. Till they're 5 by 5, we're on our own. Shoots on my command. Go.
What the hell? You see that? Look at my team.
Yeah, the whole audio is delayed. I'm gonna have to reboot this game.
I've got no main, no reserve.
Keep it together, kid.
If my gunshots are delayed, then I'm gonna reboot this because this is weird.
Nomad, what's your status?
I'm okay, but my HUD scrambled. What the hell was that?
I don't know, but you missed the LZ. Make your way to the beach.
On my way.
Did anyone hit the LZ?
You guys are all over the place. Check in. Psycho here. Down and on the move. Just a step. Proceed to the LZ. Aztec, I have negative visual feed from your unit. Report.
Okay, so right now we're good.
Aztec.
That was just weird.
Damn it.
Prophet, I've made it to the beach.
You hit the water pretty hard. Some of your suit functions are offline. Let me run a quick diagnostic. Your video feed is breaking up. I'm gonna try to recalibrate.
Energy critical.
All right. Your suit checks out. You're back online. Still no word from Aztec. Nomad, rendezvous with Jester and head to Aztec's location. Check your objectives display.
Galaxy says, did you know the new Xbox has this feature where you leave a game, it pauses your game in real time, and I can play a different game and go back to your first game you were playing, and you'll be back when you stop playing. Yeah, quick resume. It's really amazing where that actually can work, if I understand it correctly, between 4 to 12 games, depending on how much memory the game takes. So like smaller games, like OG Xbox One games, you could probably save up to or store up to. Billy says that sea turtle is probably laying her eggs. Yeah, I'm horrible. I know. Okay, I think the audio's good. Let me know if it's not. Let me know if the game's too quiet or too loud, and then I'll adjust it. But yeah, that feature, quick resume, what it does is it basically takes the state of the game from memory and stores it in the hard drive, the SSD drive. And it saves it as a state. So that when you swap out to another game, you know, it loads the new game in memory. It first saves the state in storage in the SSD, and then it loads the new game. So that if you're going back to the first game, it will save that second game you're playing and load up the save state from your first game. Now, the whole caveat behind that is
Your silencer's attached.
it doesn't work for all games, and understandably so. So, like, games like Sea of Thieves, like
Enemy contact up ahead.
like online shared world games, stuff like that, it's not going to work in those because that doesn't make sense. Because while you're... Oh, really? That was right on his head. Well, this is going off to a good start. Galaxy Xbox says, I don't understand. My Series X is 500, but the S is 300.
Engaged.
Well, one, the Series... Ooh, we got to get rid of this flashlight. The Series X... What? Oh. The Series X, when you're paying for... I don't understand my was supposed to be Y.
Energy critical.
Oh, you don't understand why the Series X is 500? While the Series S is 300? I mean, with the Series X, you are... So there's a lot when it comes to the cost of a system. How the chipsets are made is they have these large, like, sheets of silicon. And then they use those large sheets of silicon to basically create the chips. So the larger your chipset, the fewer... so let's say a sheet of silicon costs $100. It's going to cost more, but let's just, for the sake of the example. So the sheet of silicon costs $100, and you can get 50, or you can get 25 Xbox Series X chips out of it because...
This is Aztec. You copy? I read you. Give a sit rep. Something took a swipe at me on the way down. I'm caught up in the trees. Okay, Aztec. Hang tight. Help's on the way.
So the Xbox Series X chip, I think, is roughly twice the size or so of the Series S chip. So that means that you're getting fewer systems, fewer chips made from a single wafer sheet or silicon sheet, wafer sheet, as you would a Series S. So that contributes to the cost. Plus, it has more memory. Has 6...
Alone out here. What have you got, Aztec? APA. Four-man patrol. Have
The,
you been compromised? Negative. But they're close. Wait. Something's...
the Series, or the Series X has 16 gigs more memory.
Aztec, talk to me. Aztec, sound off now. No te mire mal. No te mire mal. No te mire mal. Prophet, help me. No, man, Chester, get to him now. Go.
And so that additional memory also ups the cost by a lot. Plus, there's the disk drive, which that's only like $20, but still, it all adds up. The fun fact is, even though Microsoft is losing money on the Series X, they're losing more money on the Series S. So, you know, if they're losing, I don't know what it would be, but let's say they're losing like $10, $20 on the Series X, they're probably losing closer to $50 on the Series S. So the Series S is actually a better... I don't want to say it's a better deal, obviously, because it costs less. I would never get it. It's a good price if you got a 1080p screen. Let's see if this cutscene... let's see if this cutscene lags with audio. Hopefully not.
Jesus. What the hell happened here? You hear that?
Okay, good. The audio's good.
I don't like this, man. Shit, son of a bitch!
Tester, report in. What's Aztec status?
Dead, boss.
Damn it. What the hell is going on out there?
I don't know, but I don't think we're alone out here.
What have you got? KPA?
Negative, sir. We got 4 dead Koreans, but there's no way Aztec killed them. Something else took these guys out. Put their bodies up bad.
All right. Pay your respects and move on. Rendezvous at the landing zone.
What about Aztec, sir? We just gonna leave them hanging here?
Negative. I'm gonna vaporize. We can't allow the Koreans to get their hands on that suit. Stand back.
Damn it. I never get used to that. Adios, amigo.
Chester, take care of his equipment and cover our tracks. Nomad, move out to the LZ.
Got it, boss.
I'm on it, Prophet.
Billy Davidson says the Series X
What the hell was that?
is insanely powerful hardware for a console that is $500. A gaming PC of that price would cost $1,000. The Series S is weaker than the Series X, but it's still powerful for a console of that price. Yeah, all of that is completely true. You know, I spent over $1,000 last year. Granted, it was a year, and in technology,
Movement ahead. Switch to cloak mode.
in game technology, that's a long time. But I spent over $1,000 upgrading my computer
Deal with them.
last year, and
Engaged.
the Series X is more powerful when it comes to gaming. When it came, and it's coming out this year. What's up, Wesley? What's going on, man? Ooh. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, hello. And yeah, I agree. The Series S is also a really good price, or a good deal for $300. I mean, when you consider what the system can do compared to current gen systems that are still around $300, like the Xbox One S and the PS4, you know, those are $300 consoles, and the jump in technology to the Series S is amazing. And I think a lot of people get confused or don't understand about how... Oh, I got turned around here. Where am I going? Okay. They don't understand how the Series S is not a next-gen system. It is. It's going to be... you know, it has all the same features as the Series X and the PS5, but it's designed to run games at... They say 1440p, but really it's 1080p. It's a 1080p console. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nomad, I just lost our comsat to JSON. Our whole tactical display's down. The KPA must be using a GPS jammer near your location. Find it and take it out.
Copy, Prophet. I'm on it.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with targeting 1080p when you consider that there are still more 1080p owners out there than 4K owners. So it makes entire sense. I wouldn't get it because I'm a 4K owner, or I own a 4K display, but if you only have a 1080p TV and you don't care about the disk drive, The Series S is a great price for you.
We spotted KPA patrols down on
I remember coming up on this spot on the PC years and years ago.
I see a large transmitting array. That must be the jamming station.
Galaxy Xbox says, I got mad earlier because of Doom Eternal. You know, I completely get it, man, because Doom Eternal, I think, is great. I'm back and forth on whether or not I think it's better than Doom 2016. But it's a good game. It's just sometimes you hit these, like, difficulty spikes. At least in my opinion, where I'll be ripping and tearing through the game, and then I'll come up to a section where I just completely get smoked over and over and over again, where I got to put it down and step away for a few hours or a day or whatnot, and then I come back to it usually refreshed, and again, oh man. This guy doesn't know where I'm at. Oh no.
Engaged.
Billy Davidson says, but Xbox All Access is the alternative to dodge the price. You know what? Yes. I'd almost argue that All Access almost like negates the need for a Series S just because it makes the system more affordable. But you know, it is a credit-based program, so you know there are some people that don't have any credit. It's not even the fact that just having bad credit, it's just they don't have any credit.
Engaged.
So, you know, it might be difficult for them to apply for such a process. So, plus it's not going to be, I think one of the another reason is, yeah. Keep your pants on.
Energy critical.
Oh crap, who can see me? But another reason is the All Access isn't going to be... What? How did he see me? It's not going to be accessible everywhere worldwide. Whereas in countries that might not support a system like All Access, you know, they can still sell the Series S. So there's needs for it, but I'd say if you're going to use All Access, even if you have a 1080p TV, in my opinion, it's worth spending the $10 extra a month and just getting the Series X, and that way, you have a disk drive, and you kind of future. Well, it depends. If you think you're going to upgrade your TV in the next 5 years, then it'd probably be worth it. But again, the Series S is still an excellent system, especially for the price. Galaxy says Doom 2016 did have better multiplayer and people still play it. Someone saw me. That's surprising because I didn't think people still played Doom 2016 multiplayer. I remember it got a lot of criticism because it was kind of seen. What the hell? It was kind of seen as a mixture of Doom and Halo. Like, I used to even kind of joke, like, who put Halo in my Doom? I don't play either one of them for the multiplayer, so that's awesome if people still play 2016 multiplayer. You got ammo? Yeah. Is it Chio Walker or Chow Walker? I pre-ordered a Series S because I don't game as often, and I get it all, and I did get it from All Access. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Again, the Series S is still a great. It's still a great console. Still great for $300. You know, you're getting a next gen system, and
Energy critical.
you know there's oh boy. What? Oh man. Chio? Okay, cool. What the shit? Are you serious? It did not save a checkpoint that entire time? Okay, we're just gonna go all in. We're gonna Rambo this.
I see a large transmitting array. That must be a jam.
Oh man, I tried to kill him before. Billy Davidson says, fun fact, Far Cry. How many of you guys need to throw up a flare? Far Cry 1 and 2 use the Cry engine. Far Cry 1 did use the Cry engine, because that was made by Crytek. Far Cry 2 actually was the debut of Ubisoft's Dunia engine, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was based on the Crytek engine. I remember people being somewhat concerned on... Oh, shit. How many shots is this guy gonna... You know what? Fine, he doesn't have a gunner. We don't need him. But yeah. The Dunia engine, I remember there was some pseudo concern because people were afraid that it wasn't going to have the same types of advancements that we saw with Crytek. I feel like there were more enemies last time. I mean, I know that they called them reinforcements, and they actually did that twice, so I don't know where those guys are. But you know, it's not a perfect game, but I really liked Far Cry 2. I always got to do that. I love the destruction in this game.
Good job. Tac system back online. Proceed to the LZ.
Now, the weird thing is... I think I can do it with pistols. Maybe I can't. That sucks. Okay, so there's certain animations in this game run at like half frame rate. I thought falling trees was one of them. Galaxy Xbox says, I miss Far Cry 3. You know, Far Cry 2 I thought was really good. It had its issues. I really did like the freedom of it. I still need to beat it. I mean, I made it to like the second area, but I never beat it. But Far Cry 3 was mind-blowing at the time. And I played it originally on the 360, which did not run at a good frame rate at all. Well, that sucked. That wasn't what I wanted at all. Can I push this down? Ah, so close. Billy David says some people were... Oh, anyways, what I was saying about Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 was awesome. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Galaxy. Billy Davidson says some people refer to Far Cry as pseudo Crysis. That makes sense. I mean, Far Cry does have its roots established with Crytek's design templates, I guess, let's say. Like a Crysis Light. And in some ways, you know, later, or, you know, like Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, they're almost more like Crysis than Crysis 2 and 3. Well, especially 2. Hopefully they remaster or remaster Crysis 2 and 3, because that would be awesome. And I'd really hope that with this one they give a next-gen patch so that we can get, because right now I'm playing, the ray tracing mode runs at 1080p 30 frames.
Engaged.
And then there's a performance mode that runs at 1080p no ray tracing with an unlocked frame rate that does not hold 60. And then there's a quality mode that I think goes up to 4K with a dynamic resolution.
Engaged.
But, and it's locked at 30. The issue with basically every mode but ray tracing mode, at least on the Xbox, is it just has this constant screen tearing, and neither the quality mode or the performance mode has really good performance. So hopefully they send out, like, they patch it for the Series X where we see ray tracing hitting like 1440p. Should at least hit 1440p, I would think. And you know, we get, it should be able to hit 4K 60 in performance mode, honestly. Or at least 1440p 60. You guys are way off. Honestly, if I were them... Oh, shit. I saw that coming. If I were them, I would have performance mode aim for 4K 60, again with a dynamic resolution, and then have quality mode. Wait, did it just skip that entire section? Yeah, it did. Huh. I think. No, shoot. Wow. The checkpoints in this game suck. This is the... I think the log thing is coming up. Isn't it? Am I... Oh, wait, no. I think I skipped the log section over there. I don't know where. I'm just going with it. But yeah, and then I would have the quality mode locked at 30 and just have the settings even higher. Anyways, Galaxy Xbox says, can't wait for Call of Duty Cold War beta. Question, are you going to stream it? Is the beta exclusive to people that pre-ordered it? Is it an open beta? I don't have it pre-ordered. Not yet. I'm not sure if I want it, which is why I didn't pre-order it. I'm not sure what, not even sure what comes in the beta. Galaxy says, I hope Microsoft buys YouTube because it's going to die because they're not treating the streamers and YouTubers right. That's highly, 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 highly unlikely to happen, just for the fact that, holy crap, just for the fact that Google owns YouTube. I do agree with you that they could be doing better with treating they could be doing better with treating streamers and YouTubers better. Okay, if it's an open beta, yeah, I'll definitely stream it. And that actually may help me decide whether or not I want to... Oh my god, get out of here. That may actually help me decide whether or not I want to buy it. I mean, I like Call of Duty. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty player. Oddly enough, I really enjoy Modern Warfare. And,
Listen up. We've tracked the distress signal to a valley 3 clicks due east. Psycho and I are inbound. Get to the rendezvous, but be advised. Enemy forces are dug in deep.
Copy, Prophet.
on top of that, I'm not bad at it. Like, if you see some of our other streams, and where I'm the one hosting, you'll see I'm not the greatest at multiplayer games. But when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm not terrible. So I haven't really gotten into a multiplayer Call of Duty game, or I haven't really gotten into a Call of Duty game since the last Call of Duty before Modern Warfare that I bought, like full price, and didn't wait for like a cheap $10 sale or something, was Modern Warfare 2. I didn't even buy Modern Warfare 3. I borrowed a friend's version on the PS3 and played that. Galaxy says it's first on PS4, but the beta starts on the 8th this month. Okay, cool. Oh, hello. Thought someone was shooting me from over here. Yeah, there you are. Let's see, today's what, the 6th? So it starts this weekend? I wonder how long the beta lasts as well. But yeah, I'll definitely look into streaming it. And I know the PS4 happened first. Honestly, I thought the PS4 beta was for pre-orders only, but I could be wrong. I do have my concerns regarding Cold War. One of my main concerns is what the shit? The original plan for Billy Davidson says, Kage, I forgot to tell you about the Easter egg in Doom 2. What Easter egg?
If they spot you, they'll call in reinforcements.
Engaged.
This guy's freaking out. Now, are we talking about Doom 2, like old school Doom 2, or are we talking about Doom Eternal?
Engaged.
I think this guy had a pistol. Yeah.
Energy critical.
Galaxy Xbox says, Call of Duty games are made by different studios. They have 3-year cycles where this studio makes this game, that studio makes... Yeah. The concern that I have regarding this Call of Duty is, originally this Call of Duty was not supposed to be the game to release this year. So this game is made by Treyarch, who also made Black Ops 4 that came out 2 years ago. There's 3 studios, like you said. There's Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer, I believe, games, and they're the 3 primary Call of Duty developers. And there's also other studios that kind of assist, like Raven Software. And Sledgehammer's game was supposed to be the one that come out this year, because it was their 3rd year, it was their turn. But apparently their game ran into problems, so they got delayed for a year, and Treyarch's got pushed up a year. Credit to Treyarch. Hold on, let me sip this. Credit to Treyarch, where, you know, they release, oh boy, they released a Call of Duty game 2 years ago, and they're still able to pump out a next gen, even without next gen. You know, they're able to pump out another Call of Duty game with a campaign,
Engaged.
with a multiplayer, with zombies mode, with all of that in 2 years. Massive respect for them pulling that off. Oh, you bastard. What the shit? Dude.
Maximum armor. Engaged.
Black Ops 4 was just a test to see what their fans, like Sledgehammer Games, were making. We're making COCW. Took their project. Are you saying Sledgehammer was originally making Black Ops and Treyarch took it over? I mean, if that's the case, that's news to me, because I didn't understand it that way. But that may also explain how they are able to release a game in 2 years. I imagine that Treyarch just had a lot of help as well. Oh my god, I'm stuck. What are you saying incoming for? Oh, I was gonna jump on the roof on this building. Galaxy says, Sledgehammer game, we're making Cold War, but Treyarch took it over. I didn't realize that. I thought Sledgehammer was making... Okay. So that makes me wonder, because the thing with the Call of Duty games is, even though there's oops. Even though there's they're related, the engines that the 3 studios use is like their own fork. So the Infinity War engine, the Call of Duty engine that Infinity Ward uses is different than the Call of Duty engine that Treyarch uses, which is different than the Call of Duty engine that Sledgehammer uses. So that would surprise me if they took it over. I mean, that very well might be the case. I'm definitely not the harbinger of all Call of Duty news. It's still, you know, Black Ops Cold War looks good. Looks really good. I don't think they get enough credit for how good the game looks.
Nomad, JSOC indicates that the KPA have a command post on the Eastern Peninsula. I need you to infiltrate and check for intel on enemy emplacements. I'm uploading the coordinates now.
Roger that.
We're short on time, Nomad, so make use of your speed mode. Open fire. I see
Engaged.
You get hurt so fast in this game. The one thing I'm disappointed with this game is the PC version. So, in case you haven't played the PC version, the power modes are not handled exactly how they are handled in the console versions. In the console versions, there are like one-touch shortcut buttons, I guess. Yeah, Cold War runs on the Black Ops, the same engine that runs Black Ops 4. Oh, okay, cool. But the engine that runs Black Ops 4 is, so Sledgehammer's...
Checkpoint up here. You're gonna need some firepower to get past it. Stock up on grenades if you can find them.
Oh, you want me to find grenades? Sledgehammer's last game was World War II. And that's not exactly the same engine as Black Ops 3 or 4.
Engaged.
Oh my god, what the hell? Is there an invisible wall here stopping me from... Like, for a game like Crysis that supports or pushes for, like, open-ended gameplay, oh, how do they see me? What the... God, I got potato aim. Fuck you, chicken. Man, these guys like to call for backup. Did I kill them all? I feel like it didn't because there's still that threat indicator on the left. What was that? There's some grenades. No, Cold War runs on Black Ops 3's engine, but heavily modified. I thought Cold War ran on Black Ops 4's engine. Because Black Ops 3, that's like an old game. I mean, that's really old by today's standards. I mean, Black Ops 3 was a... Wasn't that a last-gen game or a cross-gen game? Wait, Black Ops 3... No. Black Ops 3 was a cross-gen game, but that was the last-gen game, and it only had the multiplayer. It didn't have the campaign. That's what that was. I don't think I'm sneaking in. They're already shooting at me. Black Ops 3 was on the Xbox One. This came to the 360. Yeah, Black Ops 3 also came to the 360, but it was only the multiplayer mode. They excluded the...
Engaged.
Oh, I got an achievement. How many shots in the groin can you take?
Engaged.
I like the sun bleeding through the leaves. That's always a nice little touch. This game really does look good, even though it's not quite as good as I would hoped. Oh, and what I was saying earlier about the different controls. Multiplayer campaign and zombies, but no DLC. The CP campaign, is that what you're saying?
Engaged.
When it came to last gen, when it came to the PS3 and 360, they only got the multiplayer. They might have gotten zombies. I'm not entirely sure on that. I mean, typically when it comes to a new generation, I very quickly leave behind older generations of consoles. And a lot of that has to do with... Are they shooting me through rocks? No, the Black Ops 3... Pretty sure Black Ops 3 did not have a campaign on 360. I'm pretty sure Black Ops 3 only had the multiplayer. And maybe zombies.
Prophet, I'm inside the communications trailer.
Check those terminals.
Because there was...
Got it. I'm in. Downloading now.
No, you're not. Don't lie to
Got
him.
the intel.
What?
Proceeding to rendezvous.
Good work, Nomad.
What the shit? I didn't even click on it. This game has a mind of its own.
They evacuated the entire civilian population in a matter of days. What the hell are they hiding? It gets better. Looks like General Ri Chong-kyong is in charge of the whole operation. If you thought this would be easy, think again. Kyong means business, and he's got the KPA's elite special forces unit watching his back.
Incoming! Get down! Moving on!
Well, that's a horrible grenade throw. Now you got me wanting to look that up just to make sure I'm not bullshitting you guys. But yeah, typically with previous generations, I'll drop the previous generation just because there's typically in the past been such a huge leap. Like if we look from the PS2 and Xbox and GameCube to the 360 and PS3, that was a huge leap. Same thing between like the hell am I picking up? Newspaper? You can pick up newspaper? Same thing with like between the Dreamcast and the PS1 and 64 and Saturn. But nowadays the leap isn't quite as large, and on top of that, you know, backwards compatibility does give reason to kind of hold on and pay more attention to previous generations, especially when, you know, we see previous generation games when they're like upscaled to 4K, they still look amazing. You know, I'm gonna let's see, Black Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now it's like bugging me. You're tripping up my OCD. Let's see. Development. Yeah. Black Ops 3 did not have campaign on the PS3 or 360. It was only the multiplayer. I feel like I was going crazy there. Cold War beta is in 2 days, Galaxy says. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Critical.
Do you know how long it runs? Where am I going? Am I going?
You're approaching a line of KPA defenses. Use grenades to blast your way through.
Oh shit. Just die. Just die. Grenades are almost useless in this game. I never use them. It's for good reason. You can throw a whole handful of grenades and most of them still survive. Nope, don't want that. How?
No, man. Get to the rendezvous ASAP. There's something here you need to see.
What have you got, Prophet?
Just get up here. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
On my way.
I can't even get over this rock. Oh, the 17th and 18th. Okay, so it's 2 days, possibly. That makes sense. It's probably... So, it starts on... Starts... Third... Okay, I'll... Oh my god. It's probably, I would imagine for the weekend, if anything. Anyone else alive? No? Okay. Good. Okay, thanks, Galaxy. Much appreciated. He says he's going to check the actual dates of the beta. Which I don't know why. I'm just surprised. For whatever reason, I didn't think there would be a beta at all. On the Xbox, I mean. If you're just joining us, or you know, if you've been watching me play and listening to me rant, thanks for hanging out. Glad you guys are. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Glad you guys are able to make it. Woo! I'm tripping out, man. Definitely, if you could share and like the video or the stream, that would be awesome.
About time you showed up. You believe this?
Looks like someone had a little trouble parking their boat.
We seem to have hit a dead end. I've lost our secured channel to JSOC. Too much electrical interference on this island.
Hey, boss. I got something. Topographic map. There's an area highlighted.
This valley here must be where the excavation site is located.
How can you be sure?
I'm not, but it's all we've got to go on. We need to get moving.
I'm not going anywhere until you give me some answers. I'm not buying that locate and evacuate bullshit anymore.
Yeah. Since when do the North Koreans have themselves a motherfucking freeze rate?
Damn straight. I feel like I jumped into a bloody comic book here.
I've told you everything you need to know.
That's bollocks and you know it. Aztec is dead and we ain't got the first idea what killed him.
I saw him up close, boss. He was mutilated, ripped in two. I mean, what are we dealing with here? Cause it ain't just Korean.
Jester's right. If this Rosenthal guy was a proper nut, we wouldn't be here.
Cut the crap, Psycho. You've all been fully briefed. Our job is to find those people, and that's what we're going to do. We're moving out now, and that's in order.
Something's here. It's got Jester!
We have to go! We have to go now! Come on, move, move!
Did you see it? Where'd it go?
This way, come on, move!
Okay, so the beta runs, according to Galaxy, the 15th and 16th. And I do have the pre-order. That sucks. I will see about pre-ordering. I should be able to. And if I do, then yes, I'll definitely stream it. And no worries on apologizing, Galaxy. If you had to split it up, I appreciate you looking it up, man. That's much appreciated. Billy Davidson says, Kage, do you know any secrets regarding the Xbox that is not public information? I'm not gonna lie, not really. I don't. What's going on? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. I used to talk to some developers rather often, but over the course of this generation, that's kind of died down. You know, life happens. I mean, I'm still on good terms with them. Nothing like life, like drama or anything. But you know, they get busy, they move. I get busy. Do I know anything? I don't know anything. It's just speculative stuff, you know, stuff that you can easily publicly find by other true insiders like Jez or, oh, who's the one on The Verge? He was just on our podcast. I feel so bad. Tom Warren. You know, he,
Dead. Son of a bitch.
God damn it!
What's happening, boss? We're dropping like flies.
I'd tell you if I knew. Have my word. Stand back now. I'm gonna vaporize.
So long, mate.
Eyes open, boys. KPA comms center up ahead. Watch my back, Nomad.
actually, I kind of had a ADD moment. I do want to see if there's a way that I can change the controllers back to how they were on the PC. Left, alternative, left. Nope, that sucks. On the PC, basically, you could have a different, you have a different controller method. That's like the original PC version of Crysis, and I very much prefer that because I don't like the fact that when I run, it forces me to use a speed mode. I much rather have the option. Why was there ammo? Where's there ammo here? I much rather it give me the option to. Weird. I'd much rather it give me the option to run without using speed mode, or to select what mode I'm using. Geraldo Jr. says, what can we expect of the next Microsoft event this month? From what I understand, what we can expect later on this month is actual next-gen launch games running on the Series X. Which I'm totally pumped for, and it's about time, Microsoft. It's about time. I would not. So, I wonder what kind of event it's going to be. if it's going to be an inside Xbox, if it's going to be... now, the one thing is interesting. They are going to have an XO event this year. At least that's what I understand from comments of the guy at... I don't know his name again, sorry. But the guy at Microsoft that manages and coordinates the XO events, he's made it pretty clear that they're going to have an XO event this year. Will they buy another studio? Geraldo says. Oh, what I was saying earlier about the publicly, like, the insider knowledge and whatnot. I think the next thing that we can expect.
Man, nothing but bodies. Area looks clear. Move in on that trailer. I'm gonna access the KPA secure channel. Nomad, you and Psycho secure the perimeter.
I wouldn't be surprised, and if I'm just cutting off like randomly, it's because I don't like to talk over dialogue or cutscenes.
All right, listen up. KPA are holding a civilian hostage in the village about a click ahead. Could be one of Rosenthal's crew. Nomad, I need you to infiltrate the village and gather any intel you can. I'll stay here and monitor incoming comms. Your priority is to find that hostage, understood?
Understood.
Psycho will provide support as soon as we're done here.
You're not the boss of me. I wouldn't be surprised if they announce another acquisition before the launch of the Series X. Or if... And, I think we discussed it, or I think I mentioned this on the last stream I did. But, you know, they usually do... Or maybe it was one of the other streams. I feel like I've been streaming so much lately. So typically they like to have a launch event for Xbox systems. And it's usually, you know, like... you know, I think I forget if it's the 360 or the Xbox One, they had a launch event in like a hangar in Mexico or something. It would be really cool, and it would kill two birds with one stone if they had an EXO event at or right before the launch of the Series X. And that also doubled up as a launch event. And there they announce, you know, they have a bunch of gameplay for next gen games, and they announce whatever big reveals. Like one of the things that, now granted,
Low and slow. Intel suggests snipers and armored patrols up ahead. I'm moving out to secure rendezvous location.
sorry, shouldn't drive then.
Nomad, I'll take the high ground. Confirm when you're inside the village.
So earlier, I think it was earlier this year, Matt Booty said that we are going to see Matt Booty said we are going to see what the initiative is working on. Oh, piss off. I don't know if COVID changed any of that. Why isn't... Really? Are you serious? That just lit on fire and didn't blow... But if, you know, if they... It wouldn't, you know, if they don't reveal it before then... Oh my god, don't tell me I'm gonna die from these jokers. If we don't, at this launch game reveal event, whatever it is, if we don't know what the initiative is working on, then we'll definitely find out. If we're going to find out this year, I imagine we're going to find out at XO 20. And if we don't find out about them buying another studio at this launch event, then again, I imagine we would find that out at XO 20. Billy Davidson says, but yeah, I do think they'll buy another. I think the word is they're aiming to at least acquire 2 more studios.
You're not gonna believe this, but it sounds
I
You're approaching a KPA radar station. Find a terminal and access the tactical network.
holy crap! How did I not see you? Now, the one thing that's interesting regarding their acquisitions is that, you know, they've expressed interest in acquiring a Japanese studio in the past. Phil has been adamant for years about improving their standing in Japan. And I think them participating, or not even participating, but they opened up Tokyo Game Show this year. And, you know, in some ways, their Tokyo Game Show was better than their other shows, I think. Like, it didn't really show too much in the way of new stuff, but they had like more gameplay than their July event. Their July event was just CG after CG. Now, when it comes to studios that they're thinking about or looking to acquire, when they acquired or announced that they're acquiring, basically once they fully finalize their acquisition of ZeniMax, they are going to own Tango Studios, which is a Japanese studio. I mean, it not only is it any Japanese studio, it's a Japanese studio founded by Mikami, who came from Capcom. You know, he was one of the leads behind the Resident Evil franchise, and I think Resident Evil 4 was his doing. I mean, he's big time. And I would hope that he sticks with the studio, because whatever Microsoft is doing with these studios now, they must be doing something right, because of all the studios that we've seen them acquire, there hasn't been any like mass exodus or departures. And from what I understand of reading interviews, even when the brief time that I've talked to Adam Bernecki, I think, from Obsidian, like, it's been great. So it'll be interesting to see what studios they're still targeting. They're still targeting studios. I guess the question is, what studios are they targeting? We'll probably find out before the end of the year. Billy Davidson says, I imagine it would be Sega or CD Projekt Red. You know, Sega's an interesting one because they have been cozying up with Sega lately. They helped Sega bring Phantasy Star Online 2 to the West. If it wasn't for Microsoft, that would have never happened. And much credit to Phil and Microsoft, because they don't really have like an exclusive. I mean, I understand they don't really have like an exclusive lockdown on Phantasy Star. They are, I mean, in Phil's own words, they are help. Now, they already brought it to the West. I played some of it. I might play some of it in a stream. I haven't played as much as I want to, just because it is a time sink, and I do enjoy what I played. But, you know, they have helped them bring it over. But Phil himself has said, like, once the port is, I think it's still in beta though, but once it's finalized, like, whatever they choose to bring it to another system, that's up to Sega. So they're not preventing it. They're not locking anything down, which I appreciate and I respect. I think New Genesis coming out next year is exclusively coming to the West on Xbox, and then soon after that, it's coming to the PlayStation and
We now have exact coordinates. The contact is being held in the
maybe Switch in Japan.
They're tracking something on the monitor. Looks like a naval fleet heading our way.
Must be the cavalry. And it
entire fleet just for us. That's not your concern. Stay focused on finding that hostage.
And I imagine that is just the result of Microsoft like publishing or funding the localization. Now, do I think they'll buy Sega? No, I don't think they'll buy Sega. Sega's got a lot of bloat. They're not that lean of a company. You know, they have a lot of bloat. They're involved in arcades. They're involved in, I think, toy companies. There's a lot there beyond, you know, when you look at someone like ZeniMax, or a company like ZeniMax, that's strictly 100% a video game company. That's whereas Sega is not 100% a video game company. They have their hands in a few different businesses. One of them, I believe, is even like movie theaters and stuff in Japan. So, if they were to acquire Sega, which would also include, like, it would be Sega Sammy. So, like, Sammy is the half of Sega that a lot of that, I don't want to say bloat, but even though I've been using that word, that the non-gaming, non-video gaming portion. And then you have, oh crap, who's that company that Sega also owns, but they're kind of independent? I don't remember who that is. Atlas, maybe? Whoever makes the Persona games, I believe. I mean, let's put it this way: when Microsoft announced that they were purchasing ZeniMax, I had concerns about layoffs because there's a lot of redundancy when you buy when one publisher buys another publisher. Thankfully, that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. There's been no layoffs announced. And ZeniMax is running semi-independent, which is good. And that's probably a way that they're able to circumvent the need to have layoffs. Now, if they were to purchase Sega, unless Microsoft plans to keep up with the, let's just call it fat that Sega has, then there's going to be layoffs. And I don't want that. None of us want that. So I think instead of purchasing Sega, instead they're kind of forming these deals with them. You know, like we've seen with Phantasy Star, like we've seen with Yakuza. You know, Yakuza's, for whatever reason, a next-gen exclusive on the Series X. I hope Microsoft didn't spend money on that, because if they did, that would, in my opinion, that was kind of a waste. I mean, Yakuza's, don't get me wrong, Yakuza's awesome. It's got a lot of, I guess, cred, street cred, or what have you. It's got a good name, and for people that favor Japanese-style games. But to spend money on something like that, I don't know if I just agree. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. So, you know, I see them just forming deals with Sega instead of buying them outright. And regarding CD Projekt Red, no chance, Billy. Well, not unfortunately, just you know, sorry to disappoint. CD Projekt Red is worth, I think they're worth like $40 billion or something. I mean, you know, CD Projekt is more than a studio. CD Projekt Red is the studio, but CD Projekt is a publishing arm. They also own and manage why can't I think right now? I can't think anytime. That seems to be a common theme with my streams. They own a store. GOG, Good Old Games. They own that store, so they have their own storefront. They have their own publishing arm. I mean, that would be another publisher that they would be purchasing. I mean, they are expensive. They are so expensive that nobody is buying them. I mean, Sega. Oh my God. Okay, so I can't just those are mine. I knew that was a minefield, but I figured. Okay. Anyways. Galaxy says, I'm not really a Japanese game or anime, a fan, I'm guessing you're trying to say, of Japanese games or anime. That's cool, you know, a lot of people aren't. I'm a huge fan of anime. I love Japanese games. I mean, I'm not, right now, like, I consider myself a fan of games. I don't consider myself a fanboy. I have my preferences, I have my... really, they're just their preferences. But I don't, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But I mean, admittedly, back in the day, when I was younger, I was a Sega fanboy. And, I mean, I grew out of it by the time, like, say, the Dreamcast came out. But I still, like, heavily favored them. I was a huge Sega fan. Back in the day with Angel Fire, I had a Sega website that was covering the Dreamcast. That's how I taught myself HTML. A lot of fun, a lot of good memories. And, you know, when Sega pulled out of the console race... I mean, that kind of just, like, taught me a lesson on biases and fanboyism and favoritism. Like that sucked. I was, because, granted, like, I was still planning on getting a PlayStation. I was still planning on getting an Xbox. But I just had such a love and so many good memories with the Dreamcast that, I mean, the Dreamcast was short-lived. It was, 2 years or so. But those 2 years that the Dreamcast was around were absolutely amazing. I mean, there was, there were so many firsts experienced on the Dreamcast. I mean, even though I played online on PC, I never played a sports game online on PC. So, playing, what do you call it? NFL 2K1, I think it was. Yeah, that was the online one. That was awesome. I'm not even like the biggest sports fan, but that was just amazing to me. Same thing with, Alien Front Online. I never played an online game with voice chat, and Alien Front Online was that. Shenmue, huge fan of Shenmue. Absolutely monstrous fan of Shenmue. Just the Dreamcast is one system I will never ever get rid of. But when they left the console business, it was kind of an eye-opener. Like these are companies, these are pieces of plastic, arguing about it, having some like blind loyalty or favoritism. It's all silly. Just Billy Davidson says, "What about Capcom or From Software?" From Software is already owned by a company. They're owned by a Japanese, I think like an investment firm. And when Frank Zurich says you're old, well, no shit, man. If all the gray in my beard didn't give that away, you know. Fun fact: I went shopping tonight at Kroger. I went shopping tonight at the grocery store, and I bought a bottle of vodka while I was there. And the guy carded me, and I was like, "Oh wow, really? That's awesome." And he's like, "No offense, I just have to card everyone. It doesn't matter if they look 60 or 21. I have to card everyone." And then he proceeds to go, "And you look way over 21." I was like, "What? Thanks, man. You just killed me internally right there." Frank says, "I'm surprised they let you stream from home." You know, I am too. Maybe they just don't realize it yet. But Capcom, I believe, is to go back to what you were saying, Billy. When Microsoft bought or announced that they were purchasing ZeniMax, I looked up a bunch of companies to see what their market capital was, and so I looked up From Software. I looked up basically every company, including Capcom. I believe the investment firm that owns From Software, I think they're worth about $1.5 billion, if I remember correctly. Maybe $2.5 billion. It's something in $500 million. And so either Microsoft, Sony, whoever would have to give this investment firm a nice bump. I don't know what From Software themselves is worth. But, you know, the investment firm would have to be making a hefty they would have to be given a very healthy price tag to give up From Software. From Software is one of the premier Japanese developers, as I'm sure we all know. So to get rid of them is unlikely. Capcom, if I remember correctly, are also worth around $7.5 billion. So the thing with market capital is you're not paying just the market capital. I don't know what Bethesda or ZeniMax was worth before the acquisition. But the thing is, how I understand it, when you purchase a company, you're, oh my god, holy shit. Oh my god! When you purchase a company, you're not paying just the market capital. You're paying a premium over that to make it worth it for the owners or investors or what have you. So I don't see Capcom being purchased. I don't see From Software being purchased. Honestly, you know, and this is just me being ruthless. If Microsoft really wanted to be bastards about it, especially since they have the backing of the company to dump money, not dump, but, you know, obviously invest money in their Xbox division. It's whoever owned, if any company were to own From Software, they would have such a massive, massive, massive leg up on any other company. You know, let's say I'm right, I'm remembering right, because this was, what, a few weeks now that I looked this info up. But let's say the investment firm that owns From Software is 1.5 billion. If I were Microsoft, I would easily fork over 2 to 3 billion for that entire investment firm, if need be, for From Software. Think about every From Software game that's about to come out, that comes out. Well, see, that's the thing, too. Like, I imagine they probably have more contracts in play than just Elder's Ring, which I don't know who's publishing Elder's Ring, to be honest. Or Elden Ring. But, you know, there might be a Dark Souls 4. There might be... Who knows what's out there? Like, no one would have saw them...
Looks like the KPA are using it as an HQ. Seeing plans for a research
What the
facility.
shit?
Must be our excavation site.
But nobody would have saw them having Activision as a publisher. I'm just gonna call you Frankie. Orderlies must be getting a lot more lax with COVID running through their retirement homes. Man, there's something wrong with you. But I like that. God, it's like I'm in a Call of... what the shit? Please don't tell me. Please tell me there's like some kind of... Where the shit am I? Oh man, I am way behind if they still have the... I mean, I blew that up a while ago. I feel like I'm like in a Call of Duty game with just infinite spawn closets. I mean, no matter how many people I kill, it seems like there's just so many more around the corner. Honestly, going back to the whole talk of studio acquisitions, if I were Microsoft, I would get Asobo Studios. They already have a working relationship with them. Billy says, what type of big acquisitions do you think Microsoft will announce before launch or the end of the year? I don't know. That's kind of the question mark, right? Oh, I like the reverb. That's kind of the million-dollar question: is who are they going to acquire? If I were them, I don't know what this is. If I were them, I would make a point to, assuming it's possible, because they're a public company, so it's not like it. It's not like it would just be so easy. But if I were them, I would be trying to acquire Remedy Games and because granted, you know, they almost squandered the relationship with that they had with them. I'm about to flip over a table. But I think Remedy Games would be a good pick for them, assuming that that's a possibility. and Asabo Studios. Sabo, they already got a working relationship with them with, holy shit. With, Flight Simulator. And, they're obviously a highly skilled studio. I mean, just look at A Plague's Tale, the rat game. That game is absolutely amazing.
The town hall. Looks like the KPA are using it as an HQ. I'm seeing plans for a research facility. Must be our excavation site.
Galaxy says this game feels like Far Cry. Yeah, it. I mean, it's where Crytek went after they created the first Far Cry. I'm thinking it was either Sega or EA for an acquisition. EA's off the table. EA is. Microsoft already tried to buy EA years and years ago, and that never even came close to happening. So, I mean, maybe. Can I silence this? No. I mean, Sega's a more realistic prospect than EA. But, you know, as I described earlier, Sega's not entirely realistic for a number of reasons. Now, I mean, it does make you think that if they do want to acquire a Japanese studio, who is it going to be? Look at this guy. Jesus, get me out of here. You know, if I were Microsoft, okay, I just want to make sure that doesn't blow up. You know, there's Valhalla Studios, which has Itagaki. They're still around somehow. He had a close relationship with Microsoft. Yu Suzuki has Wisenet Studio. They are, you know, there's a good number of smaller Japanese studios that are hungry for success. And funding and support is some of their biggest hurdles. I think looking at their previous acquisitions like Obsidian, Ninja Theory, NXile, crap, Undead Labs. I mean, you look at these studios. They're mid to smaller studios, but they're talented. They have a good vision. Hell, look at Compulsion Games. You know, all of these studios are just hungry for success. They have the imagination. They have the talent. They have the vision. They're just lacking in the resources and the money. And that's essentially what they got with their acquisition from Microsoft. You apply that same reasoning to someone, to a studio like Valhalla Studios that has Itagaki. And I know it could be argued that some of these older Japanese directors might be past their prime, like Itagaki and Yu Suzuki. You know, I know that... God, what was that last Itagaki game? The one that came out on the Wii U. I can't think of what it is. I know that that wasn't received very well. I know that Shenmue 4 wasn't received very well. But both games had a lot of challenges with their development. What the... And, you know, if you give them the resources, I think, because, you know, when it came to Itagaki, or not Itagaki, when it came to Yu Suzuki and Shenmue 3, I mean, they were sleeping in their office, like, underneath their desks and stuff. Like, that is dedication and passion to the 9th degree that cannot be... Oh, move. That cannot be understated. So, you know, plus they're just big names. You know, if you get Itagaki and if you get Yu Suzuki, and I'm not saying it's even possible to buy what the Kojima Productions, but they should definitely look to publish their next game. There's a good number of Eastern companies that they can work with to really, where the fuck do I go? Build their reputation and earn some trust and respect within that community. I thought this is where I'm supposed to go. I mean, the green light is here. And I know they tell me to clear the building, but it's a little hard when people keep on running into the building. Billy says I'm thinking it has to be a big Japanese studio. You know, I agree, but there aren't really that many big Japanese studios. There's big Japanese publishers, as we've established. But big Japanese studios? Oh, I'm an idiot. Here we go.
Got your six, boss.
I don't know why I'm sweating.
Prophet, located one of the archaeologists.
Easy, darling. What happened to you?
I'm okay. It's not my blood. Budowski, something tore him to pieces. We thought no one was coming for us. What took you so long?
Well, we had a little trouble finding your boat.
Our boat? Our boat's gone. I contacted Langley a week ago. When no one came, we made a break for the harbor, but something doesn't want us here. Something out there is killing people.
Where's the rest of your team?
Budowski's dead. The others are still at the excavation site. It's east of the heli base above the falls. You have to help them. They don't know what they found.
Can you take us there, love?
Sorry, love. I'm not going back. I barely made it out alive. Listen to me. We've been monitoring Rosenthal's work. He was excavating a statue in the jungle. Only it's not a statue. It started transmitting a signal. It led us to a structure in the mountain. Rosenthal thinks it's evidence of a dead civilization. We're not so sure. I think we woke it up. You may not have much time. Get Rosenthal's team out of here and secure this island. Whatever this thing is, you can't let the Koreans have it.
I hate to break this up, but you've got trouble inbound. Part of an armored division is headed your way. You'd better get out of there fast.
You take care of those tanks, Nomad. I'll get our little spy to a safe extraction point.
Sounds good.
We've got a KPA armored division heading this way. We've got to take that out before I can extract the civilian.
Billy says I meant publisher. You know, holy shit buckets. Wait, why? I thought I picked up one of these. Where the fuck is the missile launcher? Why am I sweating all this? I'm sweating like a pig. Oh, there we go. This game needs another patch. Let's put it that way. I mean, we all saw that. I held down. I looked at my weapons and I didn't have a rocket launcher. Realistically, the only publisher that Microsoft probably has a chance. Holy shit! Has a chance of purchasing is Sega. Capcom more. I mean, Capcom's not out of the picture. Don't get me wrong.
Heads up, Nomad. We've got a KPA armored division heading this way. You've got to take that out before I can extract the civilian.
They're very much in the picture, but I mean, Sega. Now, if I were Microsoft, you know, if here's the thing. Like, I'm sure we're all aware of the blowback they received from certain individuals after announcing they were going to acquire ZeniMax. Like, basically, these are people that don't want to own a PC, or they're primarily PlayStation gamers, and I'm not going to say fanboys. They're primarily PlayStation gamers that do not want to own an Xbox or PC. They want everything that they want to get on a PlayStation. Part of me, you know, understands that. Another part of me doesn't, because that's kind of pretentious to think that just because you own a PlayStation, everything you want should come to that. You know, I want Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man in everything, but that's obviously not going to be on everything. And I've just accepted that and bought the system that I need to play it. But, you know, if they were to buy Sega or Capcom, we would see we would see an equally large blowback. Probably less with Sega. Oh my god. Probably less with Sega than we saw with ZeniMax, but we'd still see blowback. In terms of, like, pseudo PR move, I think it would be to Microsoft's benefit that if they were to purchase a Japanese publisher, it'd be Konami. Konami is basically useless now. They aren't producing games. They're just not producing games. Like, they're wasting away their properties, all for pachinko machines, and the frame rate right now is tanking. Whereas, you know, if if Microsoft purchased Konami and they're like, you know what, we commit to, because they can still keep their stupid pachinko division open. That's obviously making Konami a shit ton of money. That's why they drop video games. But, you know, if Microsoft is like, you know what, we're gonna give the Japanese, and I'm assuming Japanese audiences, their pachinko machines that they want, but the rest of the gamers, they want a new Metal Gear, they want a Castlevania, they want a Silent Hill, you know. If they were to do that, that would be huge, I think. I just don't know how much Konami, how much their capital is worth. I haven't looked them up just because it's Konami. Oh shit! Hello. What the fuck? So, Billy Davidson says, but what you're saying about a Japanese studio makes sense. Smaller studios can grow and become big. You know, yeah, that's kind of where my mindset is with the whole studio purchases. Like, people like to bash on, for whatever reason, they like to bash on Microsoft alone about buying studios, even though Sony does the same thing. And instead they want to say, well, why don't they build studios from scratch? Well, you know, they've been building Compulsion game, or not Compulsion, I'm sorry. They've been building the Initiative for over 2 years. They've been building a second team at Playground Games for over 2 years. You know, it's just the unfortunate fact of reality that building a studio from scratch, or even building a team within a studio, takes a lot of time. And what does that really require? That requires you to poach talent from existing studios. So, you know, what difference does it matter if I buy Remedy games, or not, if Microsoft buys Remedy, or if they poach a lot of the talent from studios like Remedy, Naughty Dog, all of that. Because, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the Initiative, they have talent from Naughty Dog, Rockstar Games, Sony Santa Monica Studios. You know, that studio, they are building strategically and in a very methodical nature. They're not rushing it, kind of like they did with 343. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think 343 has a lot of talent, but obviously they wanted to get a Halo studio up and running very quickly, so they didn't, I don't want to say they rushed it in the sense that they were careless, but they were basically like, look, you want to work at 343, here's a bucket full of money. You want to work on Halo, we got your paycheck covered. And they did earn a lot of talent doing that, but the studio, I would argue the studio flow or chemistry maybe wasn't quite there, because, you know, there was, like, when it came to Halo 4, you could see that there were a lot of people that wanted to make Halo their own, but it wasn't entirely Halo. And a lot of the campaign leads that worked on Halo 4 they ended up leaving 343 after Halo 4. Most of the campaign leads for Halo 4 or Halo 5 were people that were previously design leads for sorry, I got an eye itch or something. They were previously leads for the Spartan Ops campaign, which is why, you know, when you think about it, when you look at it from that angle, Spartan Ops was very co-op driven, very co-op centric. Same thing with Halo 5. But to build off of what you're saying, Billy, on it makes sense of getting Japanese studios and grow them big. You know, I mean, just look at Obsidian. Just look at Obsidian. Like, amazingly talented studio. They have a great reputation, and you know the biggest thing that was holding back companies like that was resources, money. I forget if it was In Exile or if it was Obsidian, but they I remember them it was like in an interview where they commented on how they didn't have, don't quote me on this, but it was,
I'm on my way.
Engaged.
but it was, I think it might have been maybe animation, like cutscene animators or something, or they did not have the money to have certain roles fulfilled within in-house. They had to contract those out. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. Like, every studio uses contractors. Doesn't matter if we're talking about Naughty Dog, 343, Red Dead Redemption, like big or small, studios use contractors. But there are certain roles that are typically
Jesus,
beneficial.
I think I found Badowski.
Whatever took out Aztec and Gesture must have got to him too. Keep moving, Nomad. We've still got 3 more hostages out there. Let's hope they're in better shape than this one.
That are typically better off having in-house. But because of the acquisition, they had the...
Nomad, there's a KPA patrol headed your way.
Engaged.
They had the money and resources now to hire that staff in-house.
Engaged.
You know, so you get a studio like Valhalla, you get a studio like WiseNet, and you give them Microsoft's money and freedom and resources. I mean, not only that, but just looking at it from a marketing perspective, Itagaki, Yu Suzuki, those are legends in the Japanese field. To say that you now have them in-house would be, in my opinion, huge, especially if, you know, granted, again, I understand that Itagaki's last game and Yu Suzuki's last game wasn't critical darlings. But you never know, you know, like Yu Suzuki, for example, they had to switch engines. Their publishing agreement was with THQ, right on the verge of them shutting down. After they shut down, they had to switch to a completely different engine mid-development. If you know anything about video game development, you know that switching engines is a massive disruption to your workflow. So I don't, and then, you know, and again, when it comes to Yu Suzuki and Shenmue 3, like, they had less than 10 million. You know, you look at Shenmue 1 and 2 that had, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, 70 plus $1 million budget, which in today's day and age translates into over $100 million for a AAA project. You know, you go from that type of massive budget to less than 10 million, and you know, it's not so much an excuse for the way that Shenmue 3 turned out, because I haven't beaten Shenmue 3 yet, and that's not because I don't enjoy it. I have my issues with Shenmue 3 as a longtime Shenmue fan. I have my issues with Shenmue 3, but that's not because I haven't beaten it because I don't enjoy it. I haven't beaten it because after beating Shenmue 2, I had to wait 16 years for the next Shenmue, and I fear that after I beat Shenmue 3, I'll never get another Shenmue again. So I'm basically just savoring savoring the moment, let's say. But even saying that, you know, if you give them the resources, I would put money on it that they would come through with amazing products. Hey, Froggy, what's going on, Froggy Twite? He says howdy. Thanks for hanging out, man. Wow. You know, there's one thing that I gotta say about playing games and streaming and talking shop with you awesome people is the time absolutely flies. I cannot believe that I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. That's amazing to me.
Engaged.
What? Why am I not hitting any of these people? Have they patched the remastered version at all yet? Says Froggy. Yes, they patched it, but not to where it should be. In the beginning of the stream, the audio was massively delayed. Where it was stupid. Thankfully, we haven't. I've never experienced that before, and we haven't experienced that since in the stream. But, and if you guys want, I have no issues switching over to say like the quality mode. But I'm running it in the ray tracing mode right now. Partly because I'm streaming in 1080p, so it doesn't make sense to have it running higher than 1080p. Plus, I figured the ray tracing mode would be a point of interest. And on top of that, it's the best running version. It's the best running mode on the Xbox. I'm happy to switch it to the high quality mode once I hit a checkpoint if you guys want. The high quality mode, it runs okay. It doesn't run horribly, but it doesn't run to where it should be. Especially when, oh my god, there's so many people here. Especially when you consider that there's a dynamic resolution. When there's a dynamic resolution and you still have a highly unstable frame rate that's not CPU bound, it seems to be. Wait, where the hell am I? Man, the checkpoints in this mode, in this game, suck. Absolutely suck. They're horrible. They're as horrible as this AI, firing at nothing. Look at these guys. No, you won't find me. I mean, not until I want you to find me. Ha ha ha! Froggy says it would be interesting to see this in back-and-pat mode. I'm assuming you're talking about in the Series X, and I completely agree. I actually talked about that earlier in the stream. I imagine even if they did not do a next-gen patch, we would be seeing the 4K 30 mode running at a solid 4K 30 with no. The problem with
Jesus, I think I found Badowski.
Whatever took out Aztec and Gesture must have got to him too. Keep moving, Nomad. We've still got 3 more hostages out there. Let's hope they're in better shape than this one.
The problem with the 4K 30 mode, the quality mode, is that the frame rate isn't entirely stable, and now when I'm panning like this, it's nice and smooth. There's no issue. But in the 4K 30 mode, there's like a near constant tearing. I think they moved it from the last patch from the middle of the screen or anywhere on the screen to the top of the screen. But still, I mean, when you have a dynamic resolution, why am I running into frame rate issues just by turning the camera left and right? And then the performance mode that runs at 1080p with an unlocked frame rate, that doesn't come anywhere close to running at a solid 60. So you're just left with this like no man's land in terms of resolution, or I'm sorry, frame rate, that, you know, it's like 40 to 50 or something. It just does not feel good. Whereas we're running in ray tracing mode, it runs at a 30 frames per second, and then nearly locked 30 frames per second at 1080p with ray tracing on a current gen system, which is mind blowing. So, I imagine on
Nomad, there's a KPA patrol headed your way.
yeah. Imagine in backwards compat mode on the Series X, it would run at a solid 4K 30 with no tearing. It would run at a solid 1080p 60 with no tearing in the performance mode. And of course the ray tracing is going to run as good, if not better, than like whatever minor frame rate issues I have in the ray trace mode would be completely cleared up on the Series X. Yes, that is a Taco Bell cup. Though this show is not damn you! That this show is not sponsored by Taco Bell, I should add. Oh, you know what, though? I did not... Yeah, I didn't... Let's see if I win a Series X. Because I didn't input this code. So that way, if I do win and it's live, how amazing would that be? Come on, guys. Give me your good vibes. Give me all of your gamer vibes. That I win a Series X. Live on the stream. That would be something, right? That would be badass. That would be like a divine moment where it was meant to be. And the funny thing is, I actually have another. This is God, I'm so dense right now. This is Mountain Dew. Froggy says gamer vibes headed your way. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I went grocery shopping earlier, and I stopped at Taco Bell on the way back. And I didn't even think about this. I just got 2 drinks, that one I put in the fridge. All right, here we go. Sorry you didn't win today. Bastards. That's fine. I mean, I have a Series X pre-ordered, and honestly, if I were to win a Series X from Taco Bell, I would try to find out whether or not I got it. Like, it was guaranteed to come at launch. What the shit? Oh my god. I'm gonna walk away for 1 second because this makes me want to punch a dolphin.
Engage.
I'm actually gonna go get my other my other cup so I can. Oh crap! Look at all these guys.
Where is it?
I'll be right back.
Seek him out.
I find you.
Where did he go?
You can't hide from me.
Look for him. Nothing.
Yes, sir.
Get it.
Okay.
Whoa! Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. It's not like pulling the straw. This game is... I'm playing this on normal and the game's kicking my ass still. I don't know if that says something more about the game or myself.
Engaged.
Lost team. Let's move.
Okay, so... we're going to do this take 2 because I have another Taco Bell. And I didn't even think about, because this is like the first time in a while that I got Taco Bell. I don't buy soda all that often when I go shopping anymore. But I figured that knowing that I was going to be up late streaming tonight, I figured that I was going to burn through or drink through the first cup of Mountain Dew rather quickly. So that's why I got the second. And then whenever I got home and I put everything away, I was reminded on the Series X contest. Okay, I didn't win. Haha. Well, that sucks. I would absolutely love to lose my shit live for you guys. And the thing is, so I have a Series X pre-ordered, okay? If I was guaranteed to get a Series X, like if this Taco Bell Series X was guaranteed to land on launch day, I would be tempted. I would be highly tempted to, instead of canceling my existing pre-order, I would have given away my second Series X away in some kind of XboxEra contest. Now, I'm saying that live. I'm saying that on record. I don't know how often I'll get Taco Bell. Like, ever since COVID, I haven't really eaten out much. It's been, well, ever since I've been saving up for next-gen systems, I haven't eaten much. Let's put it that way. And I'm still waiting to hear back from Amazon whether or not I'm getting my PS5 at launch. Because the last I heard from them, I'm not guaranteed to get it at launch, and I want to know what the status of that is. Because if I'm not going to get a series or a PlayStation 5 at launch, I'll just cancel that and wait until I can get it readily available. Because I'm not rich. I'm not going to just... The $500 that would otherwise be sitting in my account whenever Amazon decides to charge me, I could put that towards bills, towards something. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a 3080 that becomes available and I can put it towards that. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from Amazon what the possibility of me getting a PS5 at launch, and I might end up canceling that pre-order. Froggy says, what area of the country do you live in? I live East Coast, so that would be, I live in Columbus, Ohio. To be completely honest and transparent with all you awesome people, I live in Columbus, Ohio. So it's, Jesus, where are you? You know, Froggy says, or get the PS5 and sell it. I couldn't. I mean, if I won a Series X, I couldn't sell it. I mean, no, okay, okay. To backtrack, I'm not going to say I couldn't sell it. If I did sell it, I wouldn't scalp it or sell it at a profit. You know, because we're seeing people that have pre-ordered PS5s and Series X's, and they're selling them for like $1,000 on eBay. I mean, I have a guaranteed Series X day one pre-order from GameStop. Guaranteed. And I'm sure I can sell that on Craigslist to someone in my area. Holy shit, where'd you guys come from? For however... Oh my god, no! No! I don't even know where I'm at with this. Hey Galaxy, welcome back. I consciously could not sell things for a profit. You didn't miss just me ranting, Galaxy, as usual.
Jesus, I think I found Badowski.
Whatever took out Aztec and Gesture must have got to him too. Keep moving, Nomad. We've still got 3 more hostages out there. Let's hope they're in better shape than this one.
You guys can label me as a pansy ass. I'm just gonna see if I can skip all these fighting, because I feel like I'm just wasting my time with these people. Excuse me. So that's what I get for eating Taco Bell, like indigestion. Froggy says you can sell the PS5 for an extra $100 and be doing someone a favor. Here's the thing though, my pre-order on Amazon for the PS5, I was told wasn't guaranteed. Who's gonna spend $100 premium on a pre-order that, and like, how do you even transfer a Amazon pre-order? Like, I don't know. I want a PS5 at launch. To be perfectly honest, to be perfectly transparent, to be clear, I want a PS5 at launch. My issue is, I got an email from Amazon saying I'm not guaranteed to get it at launch. What the shit? So, my thought process is, so that means that, because Amazon doesn't charge you until they ship your product. So if I'm not guaranteed to get my pre-order at launch, does that mean like a week later I'll randomly get charged $500? That's my issue. No, yeah. Froggy says they usually mean within a few days to a week. That's my issue, though. Like, I'm still waiting on a response from Amazon, but I'm trying to get clarification on what the hell that means. If it's a few days, then screw it, whatever. Like, I want to get it at launch, but my priority is obviously the Xbox because, one, that's the more powerful of the two. Whatever's the most powerful. If the PS5 is more powerful than the Series X, that would be my priority. And I know I'm probably like just doing away with any Xbox cred I have, which I don't care. But my priority is whatever the most powerful is my priority. Is the system that's going to be my primary system. Galaxy says, why would you sell a PS5 you bought with your own money? That's the thing. I'm not entirely sure I would sell a PS5. I might just cancel the pre-order. It all depends on when it looks like I might get the system. If it looks like I might have to wait a week or two, I'll just cancel it and wait until I can get it when it's readily available. Just because, I mean, the thing with me and the PS5 is I'm only going to play one game on it, and that's Dark Souls, or Demon Souls. You know, is Demon Souls worth $500? I guess that depends. I obviously, a part of me obviously thinks so, because that's the only game I'm getting with it. But then at the same time, you know, when it, you know, I'm gonna have a handful of next-gen games on the Series X that I'm gonna be playing. Not only that, but I'm taking the 10th, 11th, and 12th off from work so that I can produce content covering the Series X. So how much time am I gonna have to play the PS5? Is another question, you know. Galaxy says, also the Series X is proven it's more powerful than the PS5. If you want, you can find info and prove it. I'm not saying that in a mean way, by the way. Oh, no. I don't think... No, I agree, Galaxy. Like, it's... While certain people might be offended and take it as trolling or you being mean to say that the Series X is more powerful than the PS5, it's a fact. And I don't see that as a bad thing, because it's not like what we're seeing between the PS5 and the Series X is the same thing that we saw with the Xbox One and PS4. Like, the Xbox One was $100 more expensive, and it was less powerful. Like, in my humble opinion, there was no reason to get an Xbox One at launch. And thank God I hit a fucking checkpoint. But my whole comment on the Xbox One is coming from someone that had the 360 as their primary console for, 7 years. And then I switched to PS4 as my primary console. Just because it was a better price, there's profit, and it was better performing. Hey, Prophet.
Come on, Nomad. The road to the excavation site is through these caves. Let's move out.
Sure thing, boss.
The hostage was CIA. You knew, didn't you?
I'd have told you earlier if I thought it made a difference. The CIA have been tracking Rosenthal for years.
What do they want with an archaeologist?
His team discovered evidence of advanced technologies that predate man. We need to know what they found and why the Koreans are so determined to hide it.
Understood.
Slippery Moose Cakes. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out with us. Like, welcome to the stream. And everyone else, because it looks like we have a handful of people that are watching, but only 3 or so are talking. I do want to say thank you to everyone taking time out of your busy or important days. Like, everyone's life, everyone's time is important, so to spend it with me, I appreciate you guys. But Slippery Moose Cake says, where's Cortana? I know I know you're joking, Moose Cakes, and I hate you and love you for that. It'd be awesome if Cortana was in this, because that would make this a better game. Froggy Twice says, yes, thank you for streaming. The charity one the other day was great too. Froggy, man, thank you. No, if you attended or saw the streaming one the other day, thank you again. And especially, I'm looking into your eyes when I say this. If you shared that charity stream the other day, you guys are the real heroes. You guys are the real... you guys are the ones that did a good cause. I'm not going to say what we raised. We raised some money. We didn't raise as much money as I would have hoped. But that's fine, because we're all suffering. We're all dealing with hard times. I think that was 6 hours that we streamed the other day. I think I streamed... Why am I still sweating? I think I streamed after everyone else.
I still can't reach JSOC on the secure channel. Must be another jammer. We need to find it and take it out. Until then, we're on our own. The highlighted area of the map is about 3 clicks up this valley. The sooner we get off this rock, the better.
Prophet! God damn it, Prophet! What the hell?
Well, he's dead.
Prophet, you read me? Come in, Prophet! Come in! Damn it!
What is this? Why can't...
This is Major Strickland at OPCOM. We just lost your squad leader. Suit readings and location signal are negative. What the hell's going on down there?
Prophet is MIA. I repeat, Prophet is MIA. I've got 2 men down and something just grabbed Prophet. It dragged him into the jungle. He's gone.
We're gonna pull you out of there, son. Sit tight and I'll get a bird down there to you ASAP.
Negative, sir. I can still complete. I've got intel on Rosenthal's location. He's being held at an excavation site somewhere near a Korean military base. I'm going after him.
It's your call, son. When our GPS system's being jammed, we can provide no tactical support at this time. If you can locate and disable the jammer, I'll run a satellite scan of the area and see if we can locate that excavation site.
Copy, Major. Much appreciated.
What was I saying before? Oh yeah, I think we streamed for 6 hours before on the charity stream. You know, even though we didn't raise as much money as I would hoped, I was more than happy to even try, and I really hope that the amount of money we were able to raise, it can, even if it helps just one gamer, one disabled gamer. Whoa, look at all these performance issues. You know, one disabled gamer being helped out, to me, is worth 16 hours, let alone 6 hours. Galaxy Xbox says, your streams are fun and you're a great streamer. Love to be on your streams. Man, Galaxy, thank you so much. I don't know. I hope my streams are fun. Like, that's the whole point. All of us just hanging out, having a good time. There's so much crap going on in the world that it's a good oh my God. I hope it's a good escape for all of us. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I look forward to Tuesdays, because every Tuesday I stream, by the way. And I look forward to Tuesdays so that I can stream and hang out with you guys, have these types of conversations, talk about the current news and events and possibilities. I mean, you guys are the ones that really make it worthwhile. It's with everyone with everyone, including me, like quarantining and staying inside. It's really awesome to have some great conversations with some great gamers. And oh, look at this guy. Yeah, you're dead. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Every single one. Even the quiet ones that don't wanna, that will watch but not stream. Or not stream. Oh my god, stop. Please don't die, please don't die. No! Damn you! Galaxy Xbox says, at least you're the best person and streamer on the... I am... Galaxy, thank you. I don't think I'm the best streamer or person on the planet. That's a huge statement. I actually consider myself kind of boring because I'm not like some of the big, like Ninja's a huge streamer. Who's that other guy? Shroud. I mean, these guys have mad skills and they're awesome. They are great screamers. Streamers. Me, I'm just an average streamer. Trying to have some fun. And, spend some time with some awesome gamers on a Tuesday night. Froggy Twice says, do you schedule your streams on YouTube that allows it to pop up for people and us to set a reminder? You know what? I don't schedule them, but I can look into that in the future. Typically what I do is I will start the stream like 15 minutes early and have that coming soon. Kind of like, oh my god. But I will look into scheduling it. The difficulty with me in scheduling a stream is mostly to do with I don't know when I'm gonna stream. Now, some Tuesdays that wouldn't be an issue. Other Tuesdays it might be. Like, I tried to stream between 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. But I had some errands that I had to run after work today, and that prompted me to not be able to log in or stream until 10:30. So if I have a better idea of what my schedule looks like, then I will definitely schedule in the future. Froggy says, yeah, when you schedule a live event, it pops up ahead of time for people who sub to the channel. Okay. Yeah, I do recall that because I've seen that with people I sub to. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've never even considered scheduling a stream because I didn't think anybody would care. And that's not to begrudge anyone that watches. I just don't... I don't consider myself anywhere of a big deal to schedule it. But if you think it will help, I'll happily schedule it. As long as I know I'm a man, I try to be a man of my word. So, as long as you guys think it will help, look at these assholes. I'll definitely schedule it. No, actually, so one of the issues is like this week I'm on call, last week I was on call, next week I'm on call for 3 weeks in a row. For my day job, for my career job, let's say. if if it doesn't look bad for, oh my god, why can I not shoot these guys? Let's see. Galaxy says, just streaming and talking to your viewers and having fun is a great way to make friends and seeing other people's opinions. Your streams bring a lot of people together, and you're the best person. Thank you, Galaxy. I don't think I'm the best person ever. I do appreciate that. I'm just me, you know? You guys are the ones that make these streams worth it. I enjoy talking with you guys. I enjoy discussing different topics with you guys. And even girls. Like, there's been girls that have attended my streams before. There was Amanda in the last stream. I would love to have more girls attend my stream because I think we can all agree that girl gamers are awesome. Like, we should all welcome more people into this hobby that we all love, right? Billy Davidson says, Kage, do you think we will get Half-Life 3? Do you mean like a legit Half-Life 3 or Half-Life VR? I don't think we'll get Half-Life 3. I think Half-Life VR is Half-Life Alex is Half-Life VR. If we did get it, you know, it's weird because Half-Life Alex, which is Half-Life VR, can you know, you can argue that's Half-Life 3, but at the same time, my hope, and this is coming from someone that does not have a VR headset. I have PSVR, which is awesome, but I don't have a PC VR. I don't have a PC headset in VR, even though I have a PC that can handle VR and PC. I don't. I hope that Half-Life Alex is a way to garner interest for the IP, so that we could have a proper Half-Life VR. It would be interesting to see where Valve takes the series going forward. I want a Half-Life VR. I do. I think now I understand Valve's view that, you know, the expectations behind Half-Life VR are just so astronomical that they don't want to create a standard Half-Life game that's going to let down individuals. I get that. There is a big risk releasing a Half-Life 3, especially in today's environment where, you know, if Half-Life 3 got announced, it would be announced, it would be hyped up to hell and back.
Engaged.
And people would either love it or hate it. That's just the environment we live in now, where people love or hate games. It doesn't matter how good or bad those games are, just people love or hate them. And it seems like universally, people really did enjoy Half-Life Alex. So that's a good sign.
Good job, Nomad. We got our GPS system online. Satellite recon indicates a North Korean compound close to the river. Transmitting the coordinates now. We'll scan the area for your excavation site.
Froggy says your streams are the next best thing to super secret XboxEra Discord. LOL. Yeah. Thank you, first of all. I don't want to say anything. I'm hesitant to say too much about the quote-unquote super secret Xbox Discord channel. Billy says, I had a thought about what if Microsoft partnered with Valve. You know, that would be cool. Even though Valve is... What the shit? Even though Valve is primarily a PC company, they do have a good relationship with Microsoft. I mean, I wonder... So, I'm sure... Oh my god. Fuck off! I'm sure many of you guys recall Microsoft hyping up VR on the Xbox One X, and that never came to fruition. So and I know that Phil Spencer has kind of said that VR is not a focus within Microsoft because that isolates gamers and it doesn't bring them together. And in a way, I understand that perspective. But at the same time, there is still a market for VR gamers. There's still a market for VR games. You know? So, for example, let's say that Valve is willing to port Half-Life Alyx to next-gen systems. It legitimately would be to Microsoft's detriment if they still downplayed or signed off on VR, and Sony got Half-Life Alyx on PS4, PS5 with PSVR 2. So it'll be interesting to see how all of that plays out in the future. But in regards to like oh my god, to a quote-unquote official Half-Life 3, it would be awesome if Microsoft partnered with them to make that a reality. I mean, would it be beneficial to Microsoft if they made that exclusive? Yeah, it would. Do I care about that? Not really. I mean, if it was one of those things where Half-Life 3 wouldn't exist or wouldn't happen without Microsoft's intervention and their involvement, then cool. But Valve is such an huge company that if Valve doesn't want to make Half-Life 3, they're not making Half-Life 3. If Microsoft wants to come in and say, look, we'll help you guys market the game, we'll help pay for the game, and then, you know, you can give it to us as a timed exclusive, then what are you guys doing? And that itself would also be awesome just for the fact that it helps the game get made, you know? Galaxy says, or no, Dindock says, hi, greetings from Poland. Hey, Dindek. Is it Dindek? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Let me know if I'm completely butchering it, and I will hang my head in shame, as I usually do. Galaxy says, there are a lot of Xbox-based channels, but yours the best today. I share your stream on Discord, but no one was interested, but I was trying my best. Hey, thanks, Galaxy. I don't know how many Xbox-based channels there are. I do agree, though. I'm going to be completely... wait, really? I'm going to be completely selfish and say, yeah, we're one of the best. Look at this guy. Just look at him. Hello? Hello, I'm looking for my friend Seth. You deserve to die. Okay. Froggy Dwight says the Facebook gaming partnership can help bring VR to Xbox. You know, Froggy, you are entirely correct, but I think it would be a strategic mistake for Microsoft to partner with Facebook, because Facebook, I'm sure you know, has recently revealed that, I think it's starting in January of 2021 or February, that if you want to purchase an Oculus headset, you're going to have to create a Facebook account and they're doing away with the Oculus accounts. And this was after that racist piece of shit that sold Oculus. I forget what his name is. When he sold Oculus to Facebook, he promised that you would never need to use an Oculus. You would never need to use a Facebook account. That obviously never happened. I mean, granted, he left Facebook, but that still doesn't change the fact that, you know, what he claimed was a complete lie. So, while I think, yes, partnering with Facebook would help bring VR to the Xbox, I don't know if that would do Microsoft's reputation or Xbox's reputation any good.
We're planning an assault on the island. Any intel you can gather would be a great help. It's heavily fortified, so look for a quiet way in.
What I think Microsoft should do when it comes to VR is to develop VR-specific APIs so that it works on any headset available on the PC. What the hell? You know, the Xbox One interface is based on Windows 10 kernel. The Xbox API is based off of GameStack. At least the future, it's either based off of a highly custom version of DirectX 12, or it's going to be based off of a highly custom version of DirectX 12 Ultimate. It's also going to include APIs and tools with bringing VR to the PC. What? Man, this site just sucks. But basically, Microsoft should take the PC approach with VR on the Series X as they do on the PC. Similar in the way that gamers can use any mouse and keyboard, as long as it's like Xbox certified or Xbox approved or whatever you want to call it. Similar to the way that they treat, same thing with PC cameras, like webcams. You can use a PC webcam on an Xbox now, as long as it's like certified or approved to work on an Xbox One. It's kind of the thing that took over or replaced the need to use a Kinect for your camera needs. And same thing for mouse and keyboard. You know, that is... Oh, God. So if they took the same approach for mouse and keyboard as they did for VR, I think that would be a winning strategy. Siding or aligning themselves directly with Facebook, I don't think it would do them much good. Dindak says it's not. Hold on. Dindak says it's not the name, it's nickname. That's cool, Dindak. I mean, as long as I'm even saying your nickname correctly, that's all that matters to me. I butcher up names, I butcher nicknames. I don't discriminate. I butcher everything equally. Galaxy says, question, sorry that I keep asking, but this, hopefully you liked Among Us. It can be toxic at times. I played a little bit of Among Us. It was fun from what I played. I don't know if it's toxic yet, but I haven't really played with many strangers, so we'll find if that turns out to be the case. Comfort Living. Hey, thanks for joining us, man. Really happy you're able to hang out. He says, Microsoft and Valve are working with Hewlett-Packard on their upcoming VR headset. That might be the case. Microsoft partners with a handful of companies. Like, they partnered with... I'm trying to think what they partnered. They partnered with some company. I don't think it was... Might have been Hewlett-Packard. On a cheapo VR... I don't know if it was VR or AR Windows headset. But we'll have to wait to see how that translates to support on the Xbox. Froggy Dwight says Xbox can make it so it just integrates with Xbox Live on their platform. I agree, but knowing Facebook and, you know, if Facebook somehow got exclusive rights or exclusive deal with Microsoft, I would imagine that they try to leverage that in some kind of way. But if you avoided making an exclusive contract, because when you make an exclusive contract with any company, oh shit. Well, good thing I just hit a checkpoint. But, you know, if you make a contract with any company, there's going to be mutual benefits. That's kind of the point of a contract, is to have benefits that go both ways. And so, if they kept it open platform in a way, that would create competition between Vive, Hewlett-Packard, Facebook. So that would help mitigate whatever type of leverage Facebook would be having in terms of their VR platform. Excuse me. Comfort Living says Microsoft is using GameCore APIs for next gen. Yeah. And I believe that's a part of GameStack and DirectX Ultimate. Like, it's all kind of part of the same umbrella. Froggy Dwight says, but on console they want a plug-and-play experience that guarantee a specific level of performance. You know, they can still have that plug-and-play experience when it comes to VR. They already have that when it comes to they already have that when it comes to the camera. They already have that when it comes to the mouse and keyboard. They could have the same thing when it comes to VR, because every single headset can... most headsets, I don't want to say every single, most headsets can connect to the Xbox in a similar way. And on top of that, the games could be designed regarding a strict and standardized HR performance profile. Why does it seem like it wants me to go backwards? So they can still have their cake and eat it too, even if they don't align specifically with one company when it comes to VR. Excuse me. Galaxy says you don't think that toxicity on mobile Among Us, it's not really common, but on PC, you know, you'll have toxicity in a lot of communities, and that, in my opinion, the way that you engage that toxicity is what mainly determines how much power that toxic. Whoa! No! Whoa! What just? Where am I? I know I'm not where I need to be.
Follow the river. There's a road on the other side leading up.
Froggy Dwight says if you use armor mod, you'll be able to take more shots. Yeah, I think if I use armor mod, it should like make my shots more steady. Jeez. Oh my God, no. Excuse me. Crap. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just running on a few hours of sleep last night. So when we get to, I'm only going to stream until 2 a.m. So when we hit close to that, I'm going to, so we got about a half hour left. Hopefully we can at least beat this level in that half hour. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with next gen. We know that Sony is working on a PSVR 2. And rightfully so, because the first PSVR, like the only VR unit I have right now is PSVR 1. And even though it's not... What the hell? Even though it's not the best quality version, it's still an excellent... It's still an excellent VR headset, especially for the price. Galaxy says, I made friends on Among Us, but one thing they don't watch Among Us sad fan art because it could be very sad. Wait, are you saying that fan art for Among Us can be very sad? Like, how? But then again, I mean, if you have toxic members among the Among Us fan base, especially say on like the if I'm understanding you correctly, on the VR, or not VR, on the mobile side, then oh my God, I'm out in the open. These guys are shooting me.
I suggest you take a vehicle and stick to the road.
I suggest you keep your mouth shut. Man, I cannot iterate enough about how much the checkpoints in this game are really horrible. Like they're kind of a product of their time, because we cleared out this camp. I already grabbed all this ammo. Now I gotta grab it again. Alright, so where are we going? Let's make this worthwhile. We're going to go up here. Grab the... Should be a sniper up here. Yep. Oh, wow, it's full? I didn't think my sniper was full, but we'll go with it. And so we're going to go back across this bridge. Froggy says you can tell some stuff did not get remastered in the treatment. Yeah, no, some stuff definitely did not get the remaster treatment. I completely agree with that. Whoa, 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 now. Why do I not recall having this much of a... Because, see, if I go this way, I'm taking a left. Galaxy says, because there's little kids, same color player, but when you player dies, the minute your little kid sits there where the player dies, and it's sad. Oh, so you're kind of saying that a lot of little kids play it on the mobile? And that causes issues? I mean, that... You know what? I have an idea. In a way, that kind of makes things understandable, because little kids aren't going to be nowhere near as understanding as adults. So I imagine when they either quit or die or lose, they probably aren't very, let's say, understanding. Oh, that's where we're supposed to go. You know what? We're just going to... Let's see how far we can just drive through this mayhem, right? I mean, we don't have to kill everyone. We are running out of time, so we do want to cover as much ground as humanly possible. Right, guys? Watch it. I'm just going to see how far I can just drive right through this whole level. Wow, we already hit a checkpoint. That's like progress.
I'm approaching the excavation site.
Copy, Nomad. Infiltrate the research dome and get Rosenthal out of there. I'll scramble a VTOL to pull you up. Open fire.
Billy says, one time when I was young, I was playing Crysis, and I would secretly keep the volume down so my parents couldn't hear the guns and swearing. Well, now you make me feel old because I was never young when I played Crysis. I was living on my own. Playing it on my gaming laptop, frying the motherboard without knowing it. Galaxy says, no, it's in the stores. Next time you play Among Us, check the in-game store. Okay. I usually don't involve myself much with, oh my god, with in-game stores, but I'll definitely check it out next time. Wow, you look twisted, dude. Billy says, have you ever had to do things like that when you were young? Actually, yes. So, when I was young, you know, we had stuff like an NES, and then from there we had a Sega Genesis. When I was so I don't know if you guys know, but the Sega Genesis had a headset port, so that you can, you know, like similar to how like. What's going on, dude? Similar to how... Oh, that didn't kill him? You know, so like, you know, the headset port that you have on some phones and stuff? We had the same thing on a Sega Genesis. So when I would stay up late at night playing my Sega Genesis, I had a headset that I plugged into my Sega Genesis, and I played that way, which was awesome because I was able to get all the audio without my parents ever hearing me. But even before that, with the NES, I remember playing Mega Man and needing to have the audio, oh crap, really low, just so they did not hear me. In fact, you know, one of my most clear memories as a kid, trying to sneak things, trying to sneak something past our parents. So when we were young, my brother and I were huge fans of Ghostbusters. And, you know, when we were young, we didn't have a we had a VHS player, but we didn't have many tapes. We didn't have cable. And I remember my mom watching something. I don't know if it was like Wheel of Fortune or some kind of game show. And we knew that Ghostbusters was scheduled to be played on standard broadcast television. We were so excited about it because we haven't seen Ghostbusters probably since it was in theaters. And so we were bugging my mom to switch over to Ghostbusters. Not realizing, not knowing anything about, you know, that everything had standard times, if that makes sense. Like, you know, everything has a scheduled time. so we weren't in risk of missing out on the Ghostbusters show. But we didn't know that. We didn't know anything. We were little stupid kids. And we annoyed her so much that she punished us to not, she's like, you guys got to go to bed now. You're not watching Ghostbusters. And this was before we had a television in our bedroom. And we snuck down from our bedroom. We shared a bedroom at the time. We snuck down to watch Ghostbusters. Like, we put the volume all the way down. So, like, we were right, like, literally I cannot even get as close to the camera as we were to the TV, where we were, like, straining to hear the movie while watching the movie. And that maybe went on for less than a half hour. My mom came out. Real quick, see this brown here? This is the ray tracing. That's that dirt being ray traced off of this metal. And these trees, all of that being ray traced off. But yeah, she caught us. We had to turn off the movie, of course, and we got like a 2-hour lecture about betraying our mom's trust and everything like that. Like, it was, my mom was really strict growing up, and I didn't understand it, or definitely didn't like it at the time as a kid, but looking back now, I definitely appreciate her being strict on us. Let's put it that. I mean, it helped us form a level of discipline that is kind of lost and much needed in this world. Galaxy says there's little astronauts you can buy, and when your player dies, the little astronaut sits there where you died at.
General Kyong, listen to me. I'm picking up some very strange readings. We need to know what we're dealing with here before we go on.
I'm tired of these delays. You're never discautious with any of the other forces. I know what happened in the heat.
That was different. The other samples, the Afghan artifacts, the Siberian, they were all fragments. This is the first intact specimen we've ever found. We have to proceed with caution.
There is no time, Doctor. The Americans are already on the island.
I'm not concerned with your diplomatic maneuverings, General.
You should be. Your Pentagon will militarize this project. Do you really think they will allow you the same latitude we have?
I understand. I just need a little more time. My scan is almost complete.
This temple is our only concern. I'm not interested in your fossil, Doctor.
Not just a fossil. A fossilized carbon-based machine. A machine that predates man by 2 million years.
That doesn't matter now. This temple is the source.
Temple? Good God, man, we don't even know what that thing is. If you open it, there's no telling what could happen. Hold on. The first images are coming through. What the? That can't be. There's something moving. But that's impossible. My God, Kyung, you have to stop what you're doing. It's too dangerous. You have no idea what's inside.
Dad, what's wrong?
Helena, you have to stop him. You have to get out of there now. They're still alive.
Who's alive? What are you talking about?
The fossil. It's still alive. It's... Oh, God!
Dad, we're picking up a microwave burst transmission from your area. What did you do?
Get out of there now! What the... Who are you?
U.S. Special Forces. We need to get out of here.
Thank God. Kyung has my team, my daughter, up at the mine in the mountains. You have to get to them. I think we've made a terrible mistake.
I thought we rescued his daughter.
What have I done?
Maybe it was someone else.
Energy critical.
Nomad, we're picking up a massive energy spike from the center of the island. What in the hell just happened out there, son?
Rosenthal's dead. His discovery just turned this whole place into an ice cube. They found another relic up in the mountains, a bigger one. I need to get up there fast.
Your bird's on its way, son. We identified a safe LZ a few clicks down the river. You better grab yourself a boat and head down there. I'm seeing heavy reinforcements headed your way. All ass, kid. It's gonna get rough out there.
Billy Davidson says, when I was young, I also played Fallout 3. I remember my reaction to the Centaurs. I played a little bit of Fallout 3. Honestly, the furthest I've ever gotten in Fallout 3 was nuking Nuketown. For better or worse. And then after that, I kind of lost interest. Yeah, Galaxy, I absolutely love Crysis. There's a lot of freedom. Like, it's interesting how I was able to skip, you know, an hour, half hour ago, I was able to skip all those, you know, there's something to be said for the freedom of having the ability to skip enemies. You don't have to fight them. Okay. Oh crap, where did all you come from? Haha. Behind you. Galaxy says, I miss Fallout New Vegas. I still play it, but I'm losing interest in it. I need to, you know, I'm actually more interested in checking out New Vegas than I am in Fallout 3. It's kind of a shame that Fallout 3 is enhanced on the 1X to 4K, but New Vegas isn't. I'd almost be more interested in playing New Vegas in 4K than I am 4K, Fallout 3 in 4K. Oh my god. There's another guy here, right? Hopefully we can get this level beat before the end of the stream. What the hell? Wait, is he not? How many shots is this helicopter gonna take? Like, do I need to get out and hit you with my rocket launcher? Oh my god. Get out. Run! Kage, what are some of the best first-person shooters in your opinion? If we're talking about like strictly like campaign-wise, I want the Halo trilogy. I'm just gonna count as one long game, just because they're so intertwined. If I have to pick one Halo game, then it would be Halo 3, Half-Life 2. Again, another absolutely massive and amazing game. Killzone 2. That's another old favorite of mine. I mean, it's got its issues, but so does every other game that I listed. If I were to really bunker down and pick, I would say Half-Life 2, Halo 3, now I haven't beaten it, but I've read enough people's impressions that what's that? The hell's that mech game? Came out shortly after the Xbox One launch. Respawn makes it. Why can I not think of their name? But part 2 has a proper campaign. I've read nothing but good things about that. I played Titanfall 2, their campaign is supposed to be one of the best first-person shooters. And, well, I can't speak anything of that definitively because I haven't beaten it yet. I did play a good few hours on that campaign, and it was amazing. I don't know why I stopped playing it, to be honest with you. I'm going to probably pick up where I left off. Maybe even start from the beginning. Depending on how far I'm in when the Series X comes out. Because Titanfall 2, it's really interesting on what the backwards compatibility of the Series X is possibly going to provide. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Titanfall 2 on the One X can go up to 6K resolution. It doesn't happen often, but it is possible. Why can't I get up here? But what that means, though, from what I understand, Titanfall kind of hovers around between 4K and 1440p more often than not. But if you can go up to 6K resolution on the One X, then I would imagine that it sticks close. It'll probably alternate between 4K to 6K on the Series X. You know, imagine a 6K game day one on the Series X. Like, that would be pretty amazing. So, but from what I played of Titanfall 2, I have no reason to disagree with the claims that it's one of the best shooters out there. I had a ton of fun. I'm trying to think why I even stopped playing it. I think it's likely because I got moved over to I got distracted by a different game. But yeah, those handful of games, you know, like, I would never consider a Call of Duty game as the best first-person shooter, or a Battlefield game. Like, if we're talking about, oh, I know where I'm at. If we're talking about multiplayer, sure. They have their merits, but my interest mainly lies within the campaign.
Nomad, this is Vulture 2-6 approaching the LZ. Stand by for extraction. Over.
The LZ's still hot. Repeat, LZ is hot.
Can't land until that area is secure. Nomad, clear him out.
I'm on it, Vulture.
Energy critical.
But when you look at games like Halo 3, between the amazing AI, the variety in the environments, the variety in the set pieces, look at this son of a bitch.
Engaged.
I mean, what Bungie did with the Halo trilogy was nothing short of amazing.
Engaged.
Strickland, you copy? I think these guys have nanosuits.
Well, I'll be damned. They aren't supposed to have that technology yet.
If it's any consolation, they look like cheap knockoffs.
Engaged. Maximum armor.
Nomad, we're still seeing movement down there.
I'm working on it.
Engaged.
It's interesting that they have their own nanosuits, where we've been burning our
Engaged.
oh, I see you. We've been burning our teammates just so they didn't get their hands on this technology. But it turns out they already have this technology.
Engaged.
Look at them.
Vulture, this is Nomad. Area seems clear.
Copy, Nomad. Stand by. I'm bringing her down.
No replacement for the original. Let's put it that way.
Nomad, we're waiting for a green light on a full-scale assault. Air recon is underway and we're assembling troops offshore. Once you meet up with our boys, we'll be dropping you right in the thick of it. Hope you're ready for war, son.
Roger.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, sir.
All right, Nomad. Living up to your name, I see.
You heard about Prophet.
I'm actually gonna miss the bastard. You believe this mess?
Looks like Jester wasn't so crazy after all.
Amen to that.
The writing is so horrible. Like, I didn't even realize that Jester was considered psycho or crazy even before then. Like, no one so far questioned anything that Jester was saying, as far as I understand. Another awesome thing that I can't wait for the Series X. This loading would have been done by now. The loading isn't terrible in this game by any means, but I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the you know, the Series X impressions and videos and comparisons. I mean, I saw a video earlier about Monster Hunter loading within 6 or 7, I think it's like 6 seconds on the Series X, and then it loaded, it took like 33 seconds on the 1X.
So, this is the famous nanosuit we keep hearing about.
Man, I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, like Uncle Sam's gonna spend millions to protect your scrawny ass, Johnson.
Hell, you won't be mouthing off when I've got my super suit. I'll go ninja on your ass.
Now that I'd like to see.
Okay, guys, we're entering a combat zone. A lot of SAM activity down there. I'm gonna circle around and fire countermeasures before we land.
KPA's rumbled us, mate. The bastards are blowing this ridge to smithereens. Keep your head down or you'll lose it.
Why the hell are we landing here?
It's either shells or sands. Shells tend to miss me.
This is as far as I go, gentlemen. The harbor's still too hot. Good luck out there.
Damn, I wish I had one of those suits now.
Corman, get the engine on board. I want this VTOL out here now. Follow me, sir. Lieutenant Brownlee's waiting for you at the overlook.
Get down!
Down! Shit!
Why are you keeping these injured people where there's still mortar fire? Like, move them out a little bit more.
Incoming!
Get down!
Now, see, and this is part of the issue of the design of the console version. Like, it's designed where I'm supposed to follow him, and I either run super fast and pass him by, or I just kind of jog about and don't keep up. Whereas if I was on the PC, I can hit the run button without it forcing me to use the speed mode.
Hang in there, buddy. We're gonna get you out of here. Golf Echo, grid coordinates 9134513. Osprey Command, the mission's gone to hell. Our position's been compromised. We're taking artillery fire from the harbor.
Lieutenant, I don't give a good goddamn about your problems. You will take out those AAs, and you will hold that road. Understood?
Son of a bitch. Understood. Holy shit! There goes another one! Nomad, we're really up against it here. The Koreans have AA guns in the harbor. Jets can't get a lock. Something's jamming our radar. We gotta take out those last AAs so our heavy VTOLs can land! Doesn't sound too difficult. You want the job? You got it.
Alright. So,
Catch you up later, okay?
with that climatic order, which is basically, if you think about it, we're basically repeating what we did last.
Our orders are to hold this road. Golf Echo, grid coordinates 9 or 1.
Or no, that's a later level. Later level, we have to do more AAs.
Oscar Romeo, grid coordinates 01385021. Golf Echo, grid coordinates 39er.
Anyways, I'm definitely gonna end the stream on this high dramatic note. If you're still tuning in, thank you so much for hanging out. We check out XboxEra.com. Check us out on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. We also have a Patreon that if you'd like to subscribe or contribute to the Patreon, that would help us continue building awesome Xbox content. And definitely every Tuesday. Classic Kage. I'll play a game. If you want to join on the forum, let me know on the forum what game you'd like me to stream next. Or if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's @_Mike. It's @_Mike, M-I-K-E, _Skiles, S-K-I-L-E-S. And let me know on Twitter, let me know in the forums, let me know in the YouTube chat below what game you'd like me to stream next. I have plenty of games that I can already have lined up, but this game was picked on a request, and I'm more than happy to fill those out or fulfill them. Anyways, thank you guys. You're awesome. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. And I hope you're staying awesome. Later, guys.